Lack of organization, hurried procedures, and overall disorder. That's what a Houston County campground manager says she experienced when she applied for the job this spring. Now, she says weeks after her application was submitted, her experience was full of county officials trying to confuse other board members into hiring a different candidate.
And while she was eventually hired, she says the county needs to investigate the officials she believes broke numerous ethical standards.
Amber Miller interviewed for the Wildcat Campground Manager position in late March. In emails shared with News 8 Now, the county treasurer says Miller should hear from an HR official, Tess Kruger. Kruger did reach out several days later, and after some back and forth, she told Miller, quote, "It's my understanding they're moving forward with you." Now, county records confirm the Parks Committee voted for Miller to be their choice for the job. The county board meeting April 4th did not have the campground job on the agenda, but District 1 Commissioner Dewey Severson, who was on the committees who voted for Miller, brings it up.
The meeting then turned into a back and forth as other commissioners were unsure about the situation and puzzled by the missing contract.
Severson is on the far left of your screen and proceeds to cast doubt on the vote to choose Miller, and several county employees interrupt his claims.
At 4, we narrowed it down to 2.
No, we narrowed it down to 1.
Then you narrowed it down to 1.
Correct. There were 4. We narrowed it down to 1.
And you voted 4-2 for one individual. But do you want to bring this back to us to vote on 2 candidates?
They whittled it down to the top 2. Yeah. It's just like when I went for they voted for
Right, 2.
That's correct. That should be it. Not always.
The next meeting on April 11th, HR Director Kruger is asked why there's no contract for the board to approve when it's on the agenda.
Tess, you said that you were going to have a contract ready today?
Kruger does not, because there are still questions over certain information needing to go into a contract. Emails between Kruger and Miller confirm that Miller provided her necessary business information to go into that contract back on April 6th.
I believe we received all of the relevant details for terms and conditions.
Kruger says it shouldn't take much time to put the contract together. It took 2 weeks. She got unanimous approval on April 25th. But the weeks of unclear communication leave a sour taste in her mouth months later, and she says something needs to be done about Severson and Kruger.
The ethical county employee and public official should not improperly influence or attempt to influence other officials to act in his or her own benefit.
I mean, you opened up the can of worms here.
I believe that you opened up the can of worms.
Now, District 2 Commissioner Eric Johnson actually apologized to Miller in a public meeting last month, saying he shares her frustrations over the hiring policies at the county. Johnson says he and Commissioner Bob Schultz are heading up an investigation and hiring outside counsel to conduct it.